Hello guys, good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. This afternoon I would like to share to you how you will get reference materials like books and articles from Google Scholar. In other words, this video is for the students both in the undergraduate and graduate levels. However, this can also be of great help to the faculty members, particularly if they are writing course guide and syllabi. Okay, let us start now. The first thing that you should do is to open your internet browser. So for instance, your browser is a Google browser. You just click Google Chrome to open it. Alright, this is now your Google browser. At the top, you have the uniform resource locator, and at the center, below the word Google, is a search bar. And since our objective is to get reference materials from Google Scholar, we just simply type the word Google Scholar either from the URL or from the search bar. Alright, let's type the word Google Scholar in the search bar below the word Google. Google. And since when I brought the cursor here in the search bar, the Google Scholar or the word Google Scholar appeared. So just simply click it. Then you can see now the display. So we have the Google Scholar here, the Google Scholar here, then here. Then there are other items which are displayed in the browser. But of course, my practice is I go directly by clicking the word Google Scholar instead of going Google Scholar tips and so many others, because what I am looking for are the reference materials which can be found in Google Scholar. Alright, let's click Google Scholar. So this is now the display of your browser. We have here in the URL scholar.google.com. Then we have here the word Google Scholar, and we have here the search bar. In the side, we have my profile, then my library. If you have an account at Google Scholar, you will have this, and you have this my library. I have this my profile. This is really my profile as user of the Google Scholar, and aside from this, I have publications at Google Scholar. I would like to see who are those authors who cited my research articles. And my library is very important because when I am in a hurry of conducting literature search at Google Scholar, I just save the material to my library. Alright, let us start now our Google Scholar search. If you are aware of the reference materials or articles or say ebooks, you just type the title of the material that you are looking for. However, if you are not aware of the reference material, but you have now your title of the class report, uh, research article that you are writing, and even the subject or the course where you are doing the course syllabi or syllabus or course guide, you just simply type it here. Granting that you are a graduate student and given the report about teachers in the 21st century, just simply type teachers in the it appeared here, teachers in the 21st century. Just click it. Then what happened now, this is the display of the reference materials in the Google Scholar. Okay, now as you can see in the display, you have here the time element, which represents the year when these different reference materials displayed were published. Okay. You have here anytime, you have here since 2020, you have here since 2019, and since 2016. Now, when you are working a research report, or shall we say a research article, you need to consider the recency of the materials. You have also to consider about the significance of the materials, particularly with respect to citation. Meaning to say, when you consider the materials or reference materials in your writing, you select those materials which have at least 5 citation. You have to consider that because it goes to show that the reference materials are relevant to the entire global academic community. All right. Before considering or before sourcing out or downloading the material for your report, the given example which we type in the search bar was teachers in the 21st century. We have different materials displayed, and I suppose most of these materials are related to the one we typed in the Google search earlier. So, in this case, aside from the brief description, um, this material was published in 1999. So, in terms of recency, since this is an article, it will not qualify for the recency. No problem about the citation because there are 341 citations. All right. Let's try to look at the reference materials published since the inception of 2020. Let's click this one. All right. We have here many materials. We have the book. We have this is an article, I suppose. Then we have another article, and we have here the book. Okay, let's try to consider the book Teaching Secondary School Mathematics Research and Practice for the 21st century. Okay, now you can see here, aside from the description of this material, this book, you can see here by the way, these are the authors and the year of publication, and these are very important. You can see here the star. What does it mean when you have this star? If you point the cursor, it is indicated there saved, which means that if you will click this star, this book will automatically be saved into your library. So just let us click. There will be notification which you can see after clicking the star. Okay, save to your library. The Google Scholar notified me that this material was saved to my library. Okay, let us first open my library if it was saved really. Okay, Teaching Secondary School Mathematics Research and Practice has already been saved to my library. Alright, let us go back. So we have here this symbol. This represents citation. So I pointed here the cursor. You can see cite. And if I will click this symbol, Google Scholar will display the different formats of reference citation. Okay. Um, these are the five formats of different citation. So if you are using in your writing of the class report or research article, the MLA, Modern Language Association, you use this one. Just click this one and paste it in the reference section of your paper. Then we have also APA, American Psychological Association format. Just the same, you have to click this, highlight, copy, and paste in your reference section. Then we have Chicago, the same. Harvard, the same. Vancouver, the same. Just click, copy, and paste in the reference section. Now, why I considered this in presenting the literature search at Google Scholar, it's really because there are some cases if we do the manual writing of references, we commit errors. Sometimes comma, sometimes the year of publication, instead of saying 2020, the year of publication sometimes become 2019. So it's already an error and tantamount to non-acceptance of your report or research article by a journal organizer who would like to publish your work. Okay, I hope it is very clear to everyone. Alright, next we have cited by 114. This means that this material was cited by 114 people who wrote research articles and books. And mind you, my dear friends, you can use also these materials or the cited or the reference materials authored by those who cited by this one in your report. Okay, let's click this. What are these materials authored by the people or professionals who cited this book? Okay, these are now the materials. We have teaching primary years, rethinking, and 100 plus. And you can consider this when you are writing your research report or article. So plenty. Okay? So that's how simple. Let's proceed to, let's go back, I should say. So 114 articles related. If you can use this one all, because this is related to this. After all, when you write a research report or research article, you can have 1, 2, or 3 or more citations in a single paragraph or a single statement. If you have that, you are perfect. All right. Aside from cited by 114 authors, we have also related articles. If you will click this one, there are uh, articles which are related to this one, and you can also use this one. Let's click. Okay, these are now the related articles. There are plenty. There are plenty. So this is the first page, second page, third page, and fifth until 10. Then the rest. So it might not only be 114, but it's more than 114. That's how relevant is the related articles. Okay. All right. We have all versions. All versions. This is the way how the indexing partners displayed the reference materials in their organization or journals if the indexing partner is also a journal. Okay, so let's try. But all of these are really one. It varies in the presentation or display in the different locations. For example, books, Google.com. This is the presentation. Then we have this is Space Library uqe.eu. This is the presentation. But if you will open this, the content are the same. The same. Okay. Viewer dot vu dot edu dot eu. Okay. And then we have draw the akin and date. How I read this? The can or yeah, edu.eu. Then we have the space library. Okay, so there are several um, types of presentation of one material in different location. Okay, let's go back. So this is how you will uh, you will source out reference materials from Google Scholar. Same procedure for the articles. If you want to save it right away to your library, just click the star. And but always remember the recency of the publication and the number of citation, because there are some instances that a material has no citation. In other words, it's it's still new in Google Scholar, and or it's not relevant. Okay, but we cannot judge the paper, because in the coming days, sometimes the paper gained many citations. for the last 2 years, no citation, but in just few weeks, there were so many citations obtained. Okay? Um, Aside from saving it to your library, you can download this immediately. Let's try to download. Okay. Buy a book. Oh my God, it's just the same. You have to add to your library. Then do the reading in your uh, desktop. Okay. If you cannot read it, just do the reading in your desktop. Okay, so these are all about how you do the literature search at Google Scholar. And if you think that this video will be of great help to other people, other students, other faculty members, or professors, please share it to them. And don't forget, if you are not yet a subscriber of my channel, kindly click subscribe and the bell button so that you will be notified with my upcoming videos. Thank you very much. Again, good afternoon and God bless you all.